Hello and welcome to Favorite Rugby on Favorite Sports for today's United Rugby Championship Round 12 review. What a weekend it was. And if you're a South African fan, I'll tell you what, you'll be in a very, very good mood because a clean sweep for the South African sides and some very big movement as a result. And some very impressive victories as well, especially when you consider, for example, the Lions being the first South African team to win in Galway since 2008. So it's been that long since we've had a victory over in that part of the world, and what an impressive one it was for the Lions. Before we go through all the various results, look at the table as well as what's to come as we sort of start really hitting the business end of the competition. Remember, there are 18 rounds in the URC before we go into playoffs, and we are already done with 12 of them going into round 13 this weekend, before we then got a bit of a break, and then we really ramp up after the EPCL quarterfinals or EPCL playoffs. We really sort of ramp up the URC ahead of then the playoffs, quarterfinals, semifinals, and then a grand final. Before we do that, please just smash like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Let's have a look, shall we? Right, it all started with Friday night rugby under lights with Glasgow Warriors getting a very big victory, not big in terms of score, but an important victory over Cardiff Rugby, who put up a really good fight. Glasgow Warriors are currently sitting in the top 4 in third place as a result of this victory, but will push close by a Cardiff side who are resilient in that duo and are desperately trying to remain in that race for top 8 places. We then saw Munster manage to do the business away from home against Ospreys, who will host the Lions this coming weekend. Also a very significant result there. Good to see Arcus back on the park, by the way, playing some really nice rugby on Saturday. What a victory this was for the Sharks. Just their second of the season in the URC, coming against a Ulster side, which is maybe not playing at its best of its ability. They do still very in contention for playoffs, and they within playoff spot at the moment. But huge game for the Sharks to be able to rock up and start to show exactly what they can do, and that they are still on their day a decent side. Scarlet's getting a very important victory over Benetton, whose season is slipping a little bit when you consider that they were very much the top sort of half of the table, very much in the top 4 at one stage. Now sort of slipped on that table quite quickly on a pretty torrid run of form. But the Stormers, who are under a bit of pressure, they keep themselves very much in the fight for potentially a home playoff with a very dominant victory, 43 points to 21 against Edinburgh at the DHL Stadium. They've got another tricky game this weekend with Ulster coming to them. And the Lions, I mean, how's that for an emphatic victory? Massive. And to see them 38 points to 14, 8 away from home against Connacht, going down to 14 men early in the game as well, shows you that this Lions side are not just here to fill numbers. They're here to compete. They're here to try to get playoffs. And as a Lions fan, I'm just sitting here very, very nervously dreaming about whether we might actually just sneak into the top 8 and get European Champions Cup qualification. And results like this are going to go a long way. The Bulls then beating the Dragons away from home as well, 31 points to 10. So solid work from them. And Leinster managing to dispatch Zebra 31 points to 7 to keep that Spurs spot alive. So if you look at the table, and what an interesting table it is. We've got Leinster sit at the top over there with 49 points, 4 points ahead of Bulls. Very important as the two teams will lock horns this weekend on Friday. Glasgow Warriors 1 point behind the Bulls there, 44 points. Munster a little bit further back with 39. Stormers 35. Edinburgh 34. Ulster 34. And Lions 34. So literally a single point separating 5th and 8th. And then it's another further point separating the likes of Connacht, Benetton, Ospreys, all in the running there. So 12 teams very much in the running for the top 8. You then got sort of Cardiff a little bit further back, Scarlets, Sharks, Zebra, and Dragons. So with that win, the Sharks have managed to elevate themselves up to 14th. Pretty much out of contention to try and get to that top 8, but maybe can try and see if they can reel in maybe a Cardiff if results can go their way. But at the moment, from a South African perspective, 3 out of 4 teams currently in those Champions Cup spots is very important. Bulls have definitely been the dominant side, losing just 3 games over the season. Stormers have started slow, but are getting back. And I'll tell you what, this Lions side, nothing else, they know how to find some points, some bonus points throughout the season, and very much keeping their options alive. They take on Ospreys this weekend. If we do look at the fixtures, as we move into round 13, as I mentioned, Leinster versus Bulls on Friday. That'll be a big one. Benton versus Connacht, also very important, given the fact that both these sides are vying for that top 8. Sharks hosting Edinburgh will be a tough game for them. Ospreys, Lions, huge game for the Lions. Lions go get another big victory there, and they could cement their spot in that sort of top 8. But a loss could very much see them fall out before they come to at home. Stormers hosting Ulster. It'll be a return of Stephen Kitsoff to Cape Town, which would be really cool to see. Scarlets hosting Warriors. And what hopefully should be a nice game is Munster versus Cardiff, bringing the weekend to a close on Saturday at 9:30. Let me know what you thought about the weekend action. Which was the most impressive result, and which team are you really enjoying watching at the moment? Down in the comments below. Please do smash like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steve. I'll chat to you soon.